Hi, I'm Rosie.
Yay, I'm back on YouTube.
Welcome to my channel where I look into what's going on in the world intuitively, from the political to the personal. I have a Patreon page and I also do personal readings. From now until July 31st, I am doing a personal reading special. If you'd like to book your appointment, go to my website, rosieinsights.com, and use the code SUMMER24. Hi guys, so it's Wednesday, July 17th, 2024. It's 7:31 p.m. Eastern time. And I am recording this video. I had initially assumed I was going to do a live stream today, but as things progressed, I decided to do a recording instead, which because I had done this over the weekend and I actually did enjoy it, especially when the topics and the days are very intense, right? And as you know, I sometimes have a hard time focusing. So there's just so much to talk about, and I know it's a strange time, and a lot of us can get a little like, you know, it's intense, right? Some people, it just feels like it's for me personally, I feel like it's good to look into all of these things more quietly, okay, so that I can really get into it. So what I'm going to talk about today are the things that are basically on the news. A lot to do with JD Vance, and then Adam Schiff saying that Biden should step down, and then um the Russian minister coming out supporting JD Vance, and then I made a list here. I'm going to, when I talk about it, I will discuss it. Magnus gets confronting McCarthy. The video, did you see this? The video of Robert Kennedy. We were so shocked, right? Robert Kennedy Jr. and Trump talking, and this was from the son of comes from the son of Robert Kennedy, right? It's interesting. I find it interesting. Nobody, no, I have no idea, really. Everybody's so shocked. So, so I feel like one of the other reasons why I want to do this like a recording is that I feel like we're at a moment when it may seem as if it's kind of scary, and like all these things are, coming out about who supports Trump, who doesn't support Trump, who, the Russia, so really Russia supports JD Vance. No way. Oh my God. So, right, all these things. But oh my God, of course, dropped the makeup bag things fell. But anyway, it's okay. But I have really kind of a good feeling about things, that all of this had to come out also, but that things are still going in the correct direction. And also, I'll tell you about, I posted something on YouTube just about how I saw this Elon Cybertruck, and I got really, it was a kind of intense cathartic moment for me. So okay, so I'd like to ask for protection before you play. Coming into my has a breathing. I feel in my lungs. Like to ask that information. I'm only the source. Okay, so I'm going to pause you just 1 second just to make sure I get the article that we're going to start with. Okay. Okay. So let's now. So I'm going to talk about JD Vance. So I said before, I had seen the other week that I did think he was going to be him, but a lot of things have come out about. So I think ever since we talked before the convention, right, what this whole thing was, right, but the shooting of Trump was right. What a coincidence! Just the perfect timing, right before the convention. So anyway, so it was at the beginning of the convention where Trump announced the VP, JD Vance. So for those of you who, I'm sure by now you know who he is. He wrote this book when he was 31. There's some doubts about his book, that apparently some people don't know him. He came to be from a certain area. Some people don't know him from there. But putting that aside, the point is that he was back in 2016, he was very anti-Trump, but then he became very, very pro-Trump. This to me is very clear because what happened since 2016 is that Peter Thiel, you probably know, is a tech investor and very right-wing, extremely right-wing, a radical. He basically bankrolled his Senate campaign and got him elected. And so he's worked for Peter Thiel for years. His first job after law school, I think it was, or something like that. Like really for many years, he worked for him, and basically he's puppet. And I've been studying Peter Thiel for a long time. I do know he's pro-Russia by certain things that he has done, and JD Vance is of course aligned on that regard. He is very anti-Ukraine basically in his comments. And today we saw that the Prime Minister, I'm sorry, the Foreign Minister Lavrov of Russia made a public statement saying that he supports JD Vance, which is of course very significant. We're not shocked, right? But it's like, look at what's really happening here, right? Things are drawing out not as predicted, as expected, right? Oh my God, no way, no way, no way is it friendly towards Russia, right? What it's fascinating. I find anyway. So so there's that, and then so I'm going to show you this. So so let me show you. I'm going to start. So there's several articles that I would like to show you. Let's see here. Okay. You know what? Okay, one second. I'm going to, so I was going to start with a different article talking about why I'm also very interested, guys, in why the Silicon Valley people are so, obviously he used to be a VC, venture capitalist, and then then he dropped out to become a politician. Well, obviously with the guidance and puppetry of Peter Thiel. But let's look at this, before, because this is related to actually what we're going to talk about. So let me, okay. Okay, so I'm going to share. So this is, okay. Yesterday, we also found out that Elon Musk, actually, I should ask about it. Wasn't even on the list. So Elon Musk is giving $45 million a month or something like that. Or even if it's just once, it's a lot of money to Trump. Guys, we know that Elon Musk is a very cheap person, right? My sense is that this is a form of money laundering. You may or may not know this, but Russia is a huge funder of all his businesses. There's a VC firm called Vi Capital, and the person who owns it is based in Dubai, and he is Russian. He also has a German citizenship. His name is Alexander something, I forgot the last name, but basically he's a huge funder of, and the Russian government has put out press releases claiming, which is true, this guy, Elon Musk has taken money, we're so happy that we're investing in this person, but basically we know why. To me it's very clear why Elon Musk supports Russia. So basically yesterday he comes out with the information that not he, but it becomes clear that, I forgot, it's been reported that he's giving $45 million a month, or at least, even if it's just once, it's a lot of money to Trump, which is shady. So yesterday I was walking home, this was late, and I saw this cyber truck like very close to my house, and I got so angry. And as you know, sometimes I feel like I have some sort of rage issue. Sometimes the first thing I thought is, I'm going to pull out my phone, I'm going to do this gesture, I'm going to take a picture. And then other people were doing that too. You could see this guy there. I was like, oh, I wonder if someone's gonna be like, take a picture of me or something and like say like, oh, look, she's saying something bad about Elon. But that's how I felt. I was like, oh, here's this guy interfering in my life. Like now those people are really out there. We know they're fascists, but that's the goal, right? Is that they appoint the person who's going to take over, which is JD Vance, and then they just kind of, I don't want this person, I don't like this, this car is just so ugly, the person is so ugly. I was like, you know what, I'm done with these people. So I was like, so that was part one. And then I was walking home, and then as I was crossing the street, there was a car that stopped, almost didn't stop, and I looked down at, but it did right before, the little like white lines on the on this the street thingy, whatever. And I look at it and I see a Tesla logo. And so immediately, this was like 2 minutes after I had done this. And then immediately I was like, F Tesla, F Elon, F you. I said like this on the middle of the street in New York, like a crazy person. But that's what I felt. I was like, these people, we're done with them. They're not going to tell us what we're going to do. They're not going to tell us how the world is going to operate because they're not, they they may have a lot of power, they may have temporary power, but ultimately we're the ones who choose. So I actually felt badly afterwards because I was so like intense. But then I was like, you know what? They have to feel it because we're not going to let it pass. Okay. And the guy is burning his brand, right? Because now when I see a Tesla car, I associate that immediately with Trump. So anyway, so that was that to because this is the context of all this. So we know that Elon Musk likes JD Vance and that Russia loves JD Vance because of all the things he has said about the Ukraine war, being very pro-Russia. And then those people are like, okay, so I'm going to now share something else. One second. All these people in Silicon Valley, especially like never in before have the people of because we've okay, let's just say this, a lot of the investors in Silicon Valley are very right wing. Okay. So it's before the in other elections, they had not been quite as open about this as they are being now. Never before, I don't think that I remember. So this is a newsletter I subscribe to, and it's all this is this guy David Sachs, who was very close to Elon Musk and very close to he spoke at the RNC convention close to Peter Thiel. So some of the other people there. So here's Trump. He went on their their podcast to talk. So basically, it's like a lot of people, a lot of these very big venture capitalists are coming out with their support for Trump. And then so I see like we're starting to see this conflation of all of these, and I think it's mostly tech because apparently even people like Rupert Murdoch are anti JD Vance because JD Vance has these positions that are quote unquote populist. He claims to like Lena Khan, for example, something that a lot of business people don't like. So that's the context, right, that we have here. And then we have again, let me show you now Lavrov, who is the Russian, very famous, decades long Russian foreign minister, making a public statement that he supports. Okay, Lavrov welcomes Vance stance on Ukraine amid European concern. Russia, here it is. Okay. Russia is ready to work with any U.S. leader willing to engage in equitable, mutually respectful dialogue. Said on Wednesday while welcoming the stance on Ukraine of Republican vice presidential candidate JD Vance. So, right, what else do we need to know about this? So I had looked before many times. I have to say I've always seen JD Vance as experiencing this period of, oh my God, I'm going to be the vice president, and then it doesn't last that long, and it just goes away, and then he has going to have to deal with the fallout of having been his presidential the vice president appoint, like not the vice president, having been the vice presidential candidate. The things are not going to go well. Okay. So this is the context of what I'm going to talk about today. So that's that. So now let's ask, now that we know all of this about JD Vance and the context of Russian support for JD Vance, let's ask this. What is going to happen? So let's say this, okay, we can ask from this angle. The people the tech people that support JD Vance, like Peter Thiel and some of the other like Mark Andreessen and other VCs and David Sachs, are they going to be happy with the outcome of the election? Okay, so from their perspective, because guys, I believe these people, I've been watching them for a long time. They're control, they have too much power essentially, and I think things are going to turn very badly for them because they have pushed the envelope and they have been I just think they went too far, essentially, okay? And they're trying to obviously control politics, control this country. That's very obvious. In ways that I don't think, I feel like maybe haven't seen things quite as badly as they are now. So what is going to happen? Are these people going to be happy with the outcome of the election? And I feel like what is going to happen to these people who basically bankrolled JD Vance, okay, and after the election? Because I think my feelings that there will be kind of a blowback, and they may have to quote unquote pay for their sins, right? What their crimes they've done. I think they've done some things that were truly illegal. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so all right. Oh, and somebody was texting me saying that Biden has COVID, but let's see. Here. Let me just go back here to this video. So what's going on here with JD Vance? People that support him. Are they going to fail during the election? Why does he slip? So it's weird. I still get the same thing, but it's even more violent actually. I see that he's, high, like on a high, kind of going up as July, August, September. And towards September, October, it just things I feel then he falls into this abyss really and has like a rope around his neck. And it's just very negative. And I see that all these people are definitely just being they're despairing after the election. And I see that's right, we're being caught. They're being monitoring our communications. That's right. They've been acting. That's right. So after they lose, then and they have been investigated for quite a while. And that's one of the reasons why they all support Trump, because they can get pardons. And that's what they're like. They have so much power. They own the media, they own social media to a degree, right? And so the media and social media will repeat what they say, even though they are definitely not representative of the population at all. So once they don't win, and the guy, and I don't know exactly why JD Vance, it seems like he has a real big downfall. Oh, and I see that they know that there is coordination. It could be with Russians or so they've been doing shady things, basically. But they were so arrogant that they thought that everything was going to go the way they wanted it to go. Okay. So it doesn't go that way. And then I see them being handcuffed. That's right. So essentially the reason why all these people support Trump is because they know that if Trump were to be elected, they could very easily purchase a pardon from him. And that would have happened, right? That for sure. So, okay, so that's the answer. And so, but the question I have here is why did I see such a violent image of JD Vance falling? Oh, because I see we're stepping over dead bodies to get to this. So I guess it has something to do with the Ukraine war. That's right. And there's some illegal coordination. Okay. So let's see here. What is going to happen to JD Vance? What is going to happen to JD Vance? What is the outcome? He's a candidate, presidential candidate. What happens to him? Okay, so what happens to him in the election? What is the outcome of the election for him? Okay, so some financial issue. Okay, judge a negative. Guilty. So what is after the election? Where is he going to be after the election? Okay, from the beginning. Okay. So I feel like a lot is going to come out about him. So he's essentially going to have to explain himself. And it may be even that he may here he have in the beginning lots of money. So he may actually, I wonder if he might have been, I don't know. I think he has all these ambitions, But we know how those people are. They expect to win everything, and if they don't win, then they don't deal with it well, because the goal is there's something deeply corrupt about their motives. Okay, so what do I do? So it's going to be okay. That's right. The spirits are saying here that don't worry about it. They're creating a facade. They're creating a narrative. That's all that it is. It's a facade. It's all basically empty. It's all smoke and mirrors, essentially. Okay. Okay. So, and then what happens to the others, to the people that bankrolled him? Okay. 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 Stress, people are gonna spill out. Okay. Interesting. Another card of talking. Okay. Wow. Wow. That was the same, right? Is that right? Talking guilt. Whoa, look, ending. That's it. So I see that's right. I see that then I see that if there had been any hesitation about investigating the things they have been doing in publicly, it's over, because then we have these people talking the guilty, and it's over. It's really over for them. This is a part of people spilling the beans. So, and I see that like this dam explodes. So whatever was happening behind the scenes or even publicly, it can't be sustained anymore. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Now let's see. I'm gonna pause. Okay, so I forgot one thing that I do think it'll be interesting to look at is how is the Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov going to feel about the outcome of the election? That would be another interesting way to look at things. Okay, so let's see. Since he's so happy with JD Vance, so how's Lavrov going to feel about the outcome of the American election? I see that he's looking at his pocket. His pocket is empty, and he looks down. He's sinking, and I can't. Is that no more money? I guess one of the reasons why they would want the Trump government is that they could undo the sanctions. And then I see him sinking down an abyss, like this dark, like a tar-like substance, hard. Okay, so it's over for him. It's like he's just sinks deeper, and it's over. And I see he was gargling, almost like a sticky substance that looks like a volcano or something. He just sinks down, and it's like goes to hell where he belongs. But then I see that like he just goes, things go very badly for him thereafter. And then I see, wow, I do see like something hanging, like asphyxiation. I think there's if Putin doesn't die soon, that like I see him being essentially being assassinated, but essentially that these people are like dictators, right, over there in Russia, and they overstay the length of their mandate, right? Like they should have left power a long time ago. They don't, and things just go from bad to worse. And then I see it's like he could be. Well, I see. It doesn't necessarily mean that he will be assassinated, but that things are just going to go back to worse for him. And it's saying that in a way they don't they've gone so far they don't really have a choice. They have to stay in power to stay alive. And the moment the power is gone, they're dead. They're dead in a way or another. Even if it's just symbolic, I just think things are going to be, it shows me like a violent ending for him. Not that, he's a great guy. No, he's not, right? Has a lot of enemies. He's done very bad things too. A lot of powerful people over there. Okay. So just see the cards. Oh, the devil exposed. No way. No, so the devil, wow. So here the manipulations exposed. Okay, everything comes out. Oh no. And it shows me here, and the people that took his money, their money are also exposed. So it's saying everything comes out. Oh, here it is. Interesting. Now here's a lot of money, the house, and then there's an election. So it's saying, then it shows me the Elon Musk thing, this 40, really, guys, I don't believe for a minute that Elon Musk, the money, the 45 million comes from Elon Musk directly. I don't, but I do think it's possible that again, that the whole like connection is exposed even further, and that it's being investigated now as we speak, but it will come out after the election. Okay, so no, I have very bad feeling for him, about him, and I don't. So is Russia? No. And I see again, he's like being his neck, they're cutting slicing his throat or something, like it's over for him for good. I do not see Russia having, like, of course, if Trump had been elected, they would have had so much power, but it just seems really gone for him. And it's interesting that it's like that here, it's not as if like if we're, oh, he won or something. It's like they want to maintain the connection to Trump or to power. That was a glory moment when they could basically install their own person, but they lose, it never returns, it shows. Okay. Okay, so that's that. So then I am going to pause because then I really did talk about this. Oh, then just to confirm. So the 45, since I've been talking about it so much. So the money that Elon Musk is going to give to Trump, where does his money come from? Yeah, I see it again. It shows me like a funnel, like a cable, big thick cable. Like could be like a pipe or something that is sent. It's like attached to him, but the money comes from, I do believe you could come from Russia, but it comes from abroad. And he's just the source, like it's not his money, but he is the one that it's like, and I see that he's actually dreading having to do this, but that was part of the deal that he made with these people. He has to do it. And he's sort of grudgingly doing this, and they are pumping the money through him. Okay, let's see. Okay, imbalance. Okay, White House. Okay, disappointment. Oh no, really? You're disappointed? Okay, new person. Oh, removed. No way. No way. Okay, secret. See, like, tell me about the new person. That's right. Okay, finances. Okay, so remove the secret. So that's right. So I feel like in a way that the process of pumping the money, he can protect himself or protect his secrets if he were to elect Trump, but it doesn't really happen. And then I see quickly he is handcuffed. Like he's under all kinds of other investigations, but I do feel like that this Trump election is going to finally, not that we don't know that, right? But it's going to make very clear the connection between him and the Russians. I mean, he has connections to different foreign countries because his company is global. And not just not to blame everything in Russia, but in this particular case, right? Like, what are the odds, right? And all the things he says. And then I see this David Sachs guy he makes some really, really obnoxious statements, very pro-Russian also, and that things don't go well for either of them, and for pretty much all of these people that they say the reason why they went so far and supported Trump and gave Trump all the money. It's not because they particularly like Trump, but because they could have gotten pardons, and they thought that's how we get away with everything. But that option didn't work out, and now they are in a lot of trouble because really truly they went very far. They did do very shady things. Okay, so that's we pause now. Okay, so now let's move to Adam Schiff making statements about Biden has to step down. Now, so Adam Schiff is based in California, and he has been selected through primaries to be the Senate candidate to take over Feinstein, right? Her seat. So I liked up to now Adam Schiff a lot, but I know that even some Democrats who are connected to Silicon Valley are pushing this. So I guess I'm almost like trying to give him a break. Not there's no excuse for this, but sort of like, oh, maybe it's the donors are, but it just seems like why would a person like him do something like this? He seems too smart for to do this. Honestly, I really did expect better from him. Let's see, I did so okay. Okay, let's see. Let me show you the article here. Okay, so okay. And by the way, I'm going to look into Biden. Just he has COVID. So, okay, prominent Democrat Schiff urges Biden to step aside. Okay, so why do that? It seems we know that that's so dumb. Okay, so why is Adam Schiff? Why is he doing that? I see. Yeah, I see the donors are all telling him to do this, but why? Why would you do that? And I see, guys, I see that there was the like the pressure is intense on a lot of Democrats to do this. And I see a lot of their donors are pushing this. And then, but also it's kind of, guys, it's a version of greed, right? It's like they all care about the prominence and their own chances of becoming presidential candidates themselves. And so the ego thing, unfortunately, even him, I'm like, wow, okay, here are the people behind the scenes. This is a part of people behind the scenes. Okay, so again, the question, why is he doing that now? Okay, collecting money. This is harvest. Oh, wow, look, this is a person leaving something behind. So they collect money, right? He will get money if if he gets, okay, here in the news of a snake offer. Wow, it's sad, right, guys? It's unfortunate. The snake offer, like the snakes, people are whispering behind him to just say it, just say it, just say it, push it, push it, push it, and they don't even have. And I see Kamala Harris is really upset at him too. Of course she is, but it's like, guys, it shows me that the level of pressure. I'm not saying that it's terrible, okay, to do this. So what ends up happening to him? I see that he gets kind of sick even, and then he will get with the program essentially. But I think it has already damaged his standing because this is what I'm getting, guys. You know, we just saying you guys don't understand what's going on behind the scenes is very intense. It's a very coordinated campaign to take down Biden for good because they know that Biden's policies especially benefit the population at large, and they don't want it. They don't want it, and they're really upset about it. So that's what I see. That's the reason. Okay. So is okay. We know that no, I don't think no, Biden's not gonna step. Don't worry about it. But that's how far they went. And I see it's weird. I see that Adam Schiff is like, yeah, like his face is suddenly like has no color in it. And it's like hasn't been caught. It's like I don't think he's been caught. I don't think there's compromise on him, but the amount of pressure that he at some point he realizes he has been turned kind of. I have a question, but can we trust Schiff going forward if he does this, Matt? What is gonna happen to him in a year? Where is he going to be about this? Stuff is revealed. Wow. About the donors. That's right. So, wow. Organization block for a long time. But we know that he was also part of the whole Russia investigation. Remember how he played a big role in all of this? They're saying they're telling me everybody has a blind spot. I think but I do see what's going to happen is that this is going to harm his chances. Like he's going to have to like in the future, he's going to have to re-establish that he's a trustworthy. Like he's going to take. It's essentially going to put him back a long time, like to make him. He's going to have to prove his worth again in the next years because he's done this. Okay, okay. So that was that. That was Adam Schiff. By the way, now just since I had talked about it, Biden has COVID, so it's good. No, so they gave him that my stepdad when he had COVID, he also took that. It's a antiviral pill they have. So Biden takes that. He's really quite healthy for his age, and also that he has like blood infusion stuff like that. So he's okay. He does well, but I feel like it's something the campaign even has to be careful. And guys, honestly, because we never know. Like I mean, anything is possible in this world right now. They want to take him down so badly that I wouldn't put it past people to try to like they essentially. I think they should test every single person who comes near him. I worry about him. And he's gonna be okay, but right, the amount of things that can affect him. So yeah, that's right. So it's gonna be okay. He just needs a little rest. And it's saying this whole thing of the assassination. And by the way, today I don't have time to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it next. It gets shadier, right? The more time passes, the shadier it gets. So so that's that. So he'll be okay, but he just needs to rest. He's been working really too hard. Okay. Okay, so that was that. Okay, so let's now talk about Jack Smith appealing the judge's dismissal of the Trump document case. Okay. All right. So so of course I've seen before that I looked into this situation on Monday that Jack of course would appeal and that I think she's under investigation already. That this is it may sound crazy, but it's a really positive opportunity for her to be kicked out of this case. So what is going to be the outcome here of the dismissal, the appeal of the dismissal? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so poverty. Okay, then victory. Page of Swords. Okay, so fighting. Okay, okay, and fighting for this right to end. So okay, so what happens to Eileen Cannon as a result of the appeal. What happens to her? Oh, and first card, death. Okay, and then now here is a money. So there's, look, oh, she's the creates a defeat. So she's defeated and they discover her money. I've said before many times that there's some involvement here in financial. Of course, she's not doing it for free, like corruption. Okay, corruption behind the cloud, behind the scenes, comes out, becomes public. So again, it creates a so it creates so is she going to continue to, so what happens? And I see that she's shocked. Oh my God. What did you do that? Oh no. She's so upset that she's shocked at the outcome of this. So what happens to Eileen Cannon? Before the election, like, does something happen to her before the election? Does what happens to her? Has to move on, take a walk. A new development. Okay, here she has gonna have to stay quiet. Okay, everything comes out about the treachery in the courts. So I see that she's kept apart from the case. Does the case continue after this? Yes. And I see a man. Okay, so okay. Whoa, look at this. Painful ending. Wow, Ormit. Wow, look at this. This is card, like, look, this is this is heartbreak, painful ending, and then somebody has to, I think she has to go into, she goes crazy, will go into hiding. Okay, and then the good person recognized, then that's Jack Smith. So it shows this is, and I see that it's interesting that Jack Smith essentially, it's like he has a shield, and then he takes all this energy, all the things that she's done, and puts on to herself. So she's the one who ends up falling because of this. Okay, so that's a saying, don't worry. I know I know it sounds crazy, but you need to have confidence that it's going to work out. And she's basically saying that she meddled. She has there. It's not her job to challenge the right because, oh, of course she said this because of Clarence Thomas. He mentioned something in the Trump ruling, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna go say it." And then it's saying, but she has no standing, and she's incompetent. And I believe they're going to. They recommend that she's dismissed, essentially. Yes, and I see by September she could be gone, at least from this one case. And I see that she's very like, "Ah, no, no." The press is all over her. Like she had to explain herself, and she's like, "I'm going to appeal. I'm going." But she's totally. She reminds me of that woman, Sidney Powell. So, okay, okay. So this is it, guys. Okay. Um, I was going to talk about uh Kevin McCarthy and Matt Gaetz, but I just quickly, so what's going on? So actually, you know what, might be good to just look at what happens to Kevin McCarthy. I'm sorry, not Kevin McCarthy, Matt Gaetz, because Matt Gaetz obviously is very pro-Trump, and he's dreaming of like Trump winning again so he can have a pardon and he can stay in power. So what happens to Matt Gaetz after the election? Is he happy? Okay, the anger, the women. Okay, disinformation. Okay, so interesting. Oh, here, the family. Oh, this is okay, the answer. This could be the witness to his case. Okay, get what we want. Okay, so does he, oh, I see that he looks down and the ground is falling from underneath him. So, and I see, wow, that interesting. You know how I had started talking about JD Vance and how he's like, so it's like they both seem to, it reminds me a bit of what I saw about JD Vance, like this suddenly, oh, everything drops very quickly. And what just happened? Like he doesn't get it. And then suddenly things change dramatically. It's because he's been living in this delusional world of his mind. And then as hits the fan, right? So that's it. Okay. All right. So that's it, guys. Okay. I'm gonna go and thanks for watching. Okay, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, let me just double check that I haven't. No, I have. Oh, this is the video. Okay, just quickly, guys, there's so much to talk about. The video of RFK and Trump. Okay, talking. Actually, oh, you know, I thought I left it in the right. Okay, did I? No, video. That's it. I left it ready. Here is the share. Okay, so this is the video that. Oh no, sorry, not this one again. Okay, so the video is this one. Okay, so video shows Robert Kennedy Jr. on the phone with Trump 1 day. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna- Okay, so I wanted to just talk about, because it's, guys, you know, it's so bizarre. The news, of course, the most important, I just played that part here, the very end. What Trump is saying, we're gonna win. We're ahead of the guy. Like, that's, but they don't talk about it. They don't say that Trump is bragging he's going to win on a video. It's like they make it sound like, oh, there's a video of them talking. Really, right? So that's very damaging on many levels. So what does that mean? What happens? And I see that he's way, and it's saying that he's definitely I won't say even a puppet. He's been used. He's a pawn in a bigger game. And we know that, of course, he was. At first, they thought they were going to use it. They're going to, oh, he's a Democrat. He's a real. Remember, they're like, oh no, he's a real Democrat. Of course, he's not. And then they have so much in common because of the Russia connection. Okay, too. And it shows who he really is, right? That Trump was calling him. Oh wow, let's talk on the phone, right? So apparently Trump didn't speak to Biden, something like that, right? Did he? I don't know, but he's very friendly with the other guys. So what is going on with Trump and JFK Jr. here? What happened? Is money? That's it. Financial. Sex. We'll go way back. The child. Okay. This division. This is interesting. This is a card of division and faction. So he's a divisive candidate that was picked for that reason. Money again. Money, treachery. Guys, this could also be okay. Okay, hidden. So there's money. Money sometimes, guys, it could be, this card is also about multiples of things. So it could be votes, but I think ultimately it's like there's I think it could be the giant, the bigness of the conspiracy of treachery that is being done behind the scenes, right? That is slowly is revealed to us. I mean, we knew that, but now that things are public, it becomes even more obvious. I do think this guy, he is like, I don't know, I get that he's violent, he's very, very unstable, kind of like a crazy person, this guy. He's very like, wow. But he's like this in public, right? But he's saying that in private he's even worse. So it's saying, and I see that there's like a spotlight onto all the things that these people have been doing. It's all coming out. And so it's very startling to them that I see that this guy is suddenly on a stage and everything is out. And he's like, right? We've known that all along. And it's always saying much sooner than you think it's all going to be revealed. And those people are going to act out like rabid animals because it's out there. And I'm still, guys, I'm still very calm and feeling confident about everything. Okay. So I want you to stay calm again, breathe in and out, because it'll be a few months until things calm down a little bit, but that's where we are. Okay. Those people are very desperate and they're going all the way, trying to see what they can do to stop democracy. But I don't think, not today, Satan. Okay. So things are going to be okay. Okay. All right. So thanks for watching and I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Hi, I'm Rosie.
Yay, I'm back on YouTube.
Welcome to my channel, where I look into what's going on in the world intuitively, from the political to the personal. I have a Patreon page and I also do personal readings. From now until July 31st, I am doing a personal reading special. If you'd like to book your appointment, go to my website, rosieinsights.com, and use the code SUMMER24.